All right, I'm Patrick. I work for a company called Lean Techniques as a software consultant. What we do is we take IT departments from cost centers to a competitive advantage. We have fun with people and code. That's probably the short of it. And I'm going to talk to you about what a full product developer is. So I would bet probably all of us want our customers to talk about our product like this picture depicts here, to be excited about the value that we provide to them. And so I think that also, with the rise in tooling of AI, being able to make coding and developing products more accessible than ever before, it's going to be more important to know that your product is really producing value. And especially with new LLMs, new frameworks, they're all coming out almost as fast as JavaScript frameworks. So with AI rising, I think we need to have this conversation about our product and its value, and the value we bring as developers. So as a full stack developer, I think that we all can easily fall into the trap of resume-driven development, if anyone's ever heard of that, or over-engineering. There's always more to learn. There's always a new tool. You're making the new tool. There's all kinds of things that you can get into in that trap. And this is where the full product developer steps in. The full product developer has tools to help them to be product-minded and not necessarily being a product owner, but knowing what your product's value is and how you contribute value to that product. And one of the tools in the tool belt is the Dude's Law. It's one of my favorites. And it's a very simple equation. The value is equal to the why over the how. If it's really complicated, but it's not very important, it's very low value. It's a very simple concept. But also some other tools are like story mapping or value stream mapping. Those are different tools that can be in your tool belt that basically help you to see where there's some bottlenecks with handoffs, where things take longer. Story mapping is where you kind of take an object or a feature or something and break it down into smaller chunks. I think, I don't know if everybody's ever been a part of a team that was a feature factory where you show up, head down, just deliver the code, deliver the feature, give me that widget. And I think that I have some tools for you to push back on that as a product developer. And some of that tooling I actually used was with the value stream mapping, is basically making the work visible. And whenever leaders would actually walk by like a physical or digital dashboard, they would see that things were backing up. But another thing is the question why. Whenever somebody asks you to make something that doesn't make sense, you want to ask why, but you know that why is a triggering word. So maybe try asking why without using the word why and doing a little pushback, because sometimes it's cheaper to not make the product that nobody wants. Which this also reminds me of the serpentine belt on a car. I imagine, if you bear with me for a second, the engineers that were talking about the design of the engine, there was probably a product-minded person in that meeting, in that conference room, that was like, hey, you know this belt is going to give out in like 100,000 miles. Insert the tensioner pulley. If you need to know more, look that up. But that makes it so you can change out the belt. I did this a couple weeks ago. That's why it's top of mind. But I also know that it's hard to give pushback. But one of the things I heard from somebody important to me in my life was that no one has ever been fired for adding value. And that's been a phrase that stuck with me for years now. And it's helped encourage me to ask the question why. Because there's a million products out there. Different types of products. You want it to be distinguished, but it's not everything boils down to just a slick UI. Sometimes you can have the best UI and nobody uses it. And so you really want to stand out with what value you're adding. But also, I think somebody brought it up earlier, Y Combinator, I think it's 25% of their cohorts are using 95% AI-generated code, which does present problems, but there's more and more people using AI. So as a product developer, if you want to start doing this product-minded thinking, just caring about your product is a great start. Because if you care, that's going to go much further than if you don't. And so with that, I also want to add that the next time that you're in a refinement meeting and somebody asks you to make something that you have a gut feeling is not worth doing, ask the question. Don't say why, but ask like, what is the value? What are we actually contributing to our product to make the customer happy? Because also, with the rise of AI, product-minded thinking is going to set you apart, your team, yourself individually, your organization. Thinking about the product and how it actually affects your customers is going to set you apart in the rise of AI. And with that, I thank you. And I'd love to talk more, I think, during open spaces. But that's why I think that being a product-minded developer is going to be the next era. I don't know if era is the word nowadays. It's my era.